becoming northwest this afternoon. At 11 a.m. at the Champaign Airport, skies were mostly sunny. The temperature was 31 degrees, the dew point was 17, and the relative humidity was 84%.
Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. Glad to have y'all here for another update, my friends. We got some more information here on the storm system here for you guys, as we got ourselves an extension that's been added from the Storm Prediction Center out there regarding severe weather now in Michigan. It's kind of crazy to see, for this time of the year, a storm system produce the possibility for severe weather all the way up into Michigan, which is like, top in country, which is pretty crazy. But yes, they sure did, my friends. This is the outlook here for day 4 at this point? Yeah, day 4, which is here for Tuesday. And here for Tuesday, my friends, we do have ourselves equivalent to a slight risk, level 2 out of 5 on the severe scale. So we do have a risk for severe weather out there towards, like central, southern Michigan that we're going to need to look out there for. And of course, the risk area does extend into western Ohio now. That's one of the new extensions they added as well. 2 days ago, they did have it in Ohio, but they withdrawed it yesterday, and they just added it back to portions here of western Ohio. And of course, the extension very far up here into northern, or like I said, up in the north, I should say, towards central Michigan. And of course, into Indiana, a lot of Illinois here, a lot of central southeastern Missouri, central northern Arkansas, even eastern Oklahoma included in the threat here for Tuesday. Now, this will be happening, guys, for Tuesday the 27th into Wednesday the 28th. So we do have ourselves, like I said, a couple of days worth of severe weather being possible. So we'll definitely need to be looking out there for that. Now, on the map you're currently seeing here, this is our temperatures from the GFS. Now, you can see that really nasty front rolling through here. Once again, right around the 27th is whenever things are going to start to become kind of an issue here. As you can actually see it, that real nasty, really potent cold front here. I mean, let me go ahead and show you guys just how potent this thing is. Now, obviously, this is one model, so like I said, take this with a grain of salt, but look how much of a warm-up. So in the warm sector, all the warm air ahead of the front, we're looking at this. Look at these. These temperatures are in the mid-upper 60s, according to GFS, but look how quickly it drops off. So southeast Missouri, we'll take an example for this. Talking upper 60s, and look at northwestern Missouri for the same time. We're talking in the lower 20s. Quite a temperature differential, if you ask me. A really steep thermodynamic gradient we have here regarding those temperatures towards our lower levels, which is really kind of concerning, just how potent that cold front is. It's going to get pretty cold up north, y'all. It's going to start to feel like winter again, unfortunately. So, like I said, we'll have to watch out there for that. But it's actually going to be a little warm before it gets cold up in some of those regions there as we work our way over here to the 26th. So 2 days from now, for Monday, it's going to get pretty warm in these areas. You're going to see quite a change in weather within a short period of time, which is definitely, pretty crazy. But yeah, so we'll definitely keep it out there for that. Let's see here. I'm just gonna go and take a look at the chat here with y'all. I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging. What's up, guys? I never did do a intro, or I never did do a hello to you guys. Well, let's go ahead and give a warm welcome to Sam, Carissa, Tiffany, Roadster, Caden. Let's see here, James, White Wolf. Let's see, Schultz. We have let's see here, Richard, WX Tornado, James, Sam, Andrea, Nick. Let's see, Capybara. See here. And everybody else I did not mention. Can't obviously go through everybody. But what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. It's 10 days out. It says, how close are we? This event, I don't know if you're talking about this event or not, but no, this event here is happening 4 days from now, which is day 4. So this will be happening Tuesday into Wednesday. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I don't have time to really read the whole entire chat history, but... is there a chance for tornadoes? Yes, there will be a chance for tornadoes on this storm system, unfortunately. Like I was saying, we're going to have a lot of warm air with the storm system here. Ahead of the frontal boundary here. Let me go ahead and bring up my pin here. So we're getting a lot of that warm advection. A bunch of warm air is just coming from the Gulf and just shooting its way here into the country, which is, warming things up, of course, like I said. And then the opposite effect is we got that really sharp gradient of really cold air coming down and slamming a lot of the central country. So once again, you're going to notice a huge temperature shift from Monday into Tuesday, even obviously Wednesday as well, because Wednesday the severe threat continues. But yeah, no, your fronts right here at this point would be right in this area. This is right around where that cold front is located. So quite a crazy setup we have here, I must say. Models have been talking about this for last several days. I'd say it's probably been a week now since the models picked up on this. Like I said, me, I don't like looking far out, but since I've seen so much agreement from this system over the last several days, obviously it brought it to my attention, in which at this point now it's still holding up pretty strong. So that is definitely pretty concerning. And obviously the fact that we're continuously seeing the support here from not just the models, but also the SPC and their outlooks and stuff like that. Let's see here. James says, I'm not sure if the dew points will be favorable in southern lower Michigan. Last time I checked, they're supposed to be in the 50s, 50 to upper 50 degree dew points, which can work. It can work. Obviously, the Goldilocks zone is more those dew points in the 60s and above, but 50s will work. They definitely can. Let me bring up a GFS here for you guys, and we'll go ahead and take a look at those dew points. So we're basically, the dew points are very important for lower level moisture, to really get those storms up and going. Which, yeah, you can kind of see here according to GFS, which is one model, one run, so keep that in mind. But it is showing like the mid 50s. Mid 50 degree dew points there. Yeah, your richer moisture is going to be more to the south, towards portions like eastern Texas, which is not in the risk area, roughly in these regions here. According to GFS, once again, like I said, obviously, models should be taken lightly. They shouldn't be taken precisely, especially one run and obviously one model. One model and one run here from the GFS. But like I said, this has been consistent for the last couple of days here, so at this point it seems quite likely. But yeah, your richest moisture is going to be more to the south. Also, those 60 degree dew points creeping their way in here, possibly towards Indiana, Illinois, maybe. Overall, with it seems that your heaviest lift, your most strongest forcing, we call it, will be across some of these areas in here. Like I said, this is kind of roughly where I think some of the crazy weather is going to be. I'm really thinking a lot of these regions here is where some of the heaviest impacts from this system will occur. Once again, that's my opinion. Because that's where you have a lot of lift and a lot of rich moisture at your lower levels and all that stuff. So I think that's going to be probably right there where some of the heaviest activity could be felt. Now, another thing to really look at there for severe weather events is lower level wind shear, or just wind shear in general, which wind shear, the definition is winds changing with speed and as you go up in the atmosphere, winds directions change and wind speed changes as you go up higher. So that's definition of wind shear, in which you can see how the winds at the lower levels. We have a lower level jet stream at the very low levels, really moving. I mean, it's really moving. We're talking like 50 knots, which is supportive for some pretty severe storm activity, because what it ultimately does. I've explained this yesterday. I really can't explain this the best, but so you have a warm column of air that's trying to rise, and that's your thunderstorm's birth. That's where it's trying to start to kick off here. So as that parcel rises, as that warm air rises, with the strong winds aloft, so the strong winds that are, say, moving this way, okay, so as we go up in the atmosphere, that warm air column starts to turn because the winds are pushing against it, which separates your updraft, that warm column of air, from your downdraft. For that, once it cools down and once it's already condensed, and it starts to cool down and it starts to sink back to the ground. What goes up must come down. So it's like a big arch, kind of. You have your warm air coming up and it turns into cool air and it comes back down. So hot air rises, cold air sinks, basic thermodynamics. So that is convection. That is the convection that we're seeing here. But what I'm saying here is that the wind shear is help keeping your updraft, that warm column of air, and your downdraft, that cold column of air, apart. It's trying to keep them farther away, which can increase longevity of storms. And in this case, it looks like we're going to be seeing what we call a QLCS, which is a long line, basically a squall line we call it, a long line of storms, which will be firing off here, which, like I said, could bring numerous hazards. I'm thinking wind damage will probably take number one concern, maybe some tornadoes too, given the factor that we do have some strong low-level wind shear, mixing in with some other factors like the rich moisture we were talking about in some areas, especially down south, and whenever it comes to instability, still a little too early on the models. Like I said, long range models don't really do the best at determining instability. Not to mention GFS has this whole system capped out, which basically is a layer in the atmosphere, which that warm column of rising air I was talking about is stuck. It can't go any further. That's what the GFS is showing. But, we'll know more about the instability and the CAPE, like I said, what we call convective available potential energy, which is the available energy in the atmosphere. So, like I said, we'll know more about that whenever the mid-range models like NAM and obviously short to mid-range models like the RAP and all that stuff come through. So, that right there is kind of what it seems to be looking like. So, once again, we'll just have to wait on the thermos and stuff like that, more of the CAPE, I should call it, the available potential energy. So we'll just have to keep an eye out there for that, for sure. Let's see here. Prepper coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Prepper. You really shouldn't have done that. Appreciate it. Saying, bought a lotto ticket yesterday. Andrew, you have said before you can't forecast the winning numbers yet, but please try. Also, my best wishes to my online chat family. Cheers. Thank you, Prepper. Appreciate that. You should have spent that $10 on a lottery ticket. But I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Once again, it's very, 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 very sweet of you. And, like I said, you really shouldn't have done that. So thank you much, much, much appreciated. All right, y'all, we're going to hop over to SPC Outlook here. We will be doing zip codes in this live stream. Not yet, so hold your zip codes. We'll be doing those towards the end. But I just want to get through all the main stuff. We're going to talk about snow, because snow is also going to be a thing on this storm system, it looks like. So we'll get to that here. Anyways, whenever it comes to it here, so we were talking about day 4, which is Tuesday. Let me go ahead and zoom in just a tad for you guys. So this is the 27th. This is Tuesday's risk out here, and you can see those areas that is impacted. Once again, they did do an extension into portions out there, throughout western Ohio, and the portions here of Michigan. So, like I said, you can see the extension they've added. Yesterday's threat, I think the cutoff point was somewhere around here. I know it goes a little further than or a little further than central Indiana, but not quite to the eastern side. So it was, it was somewhere around this region, but they did extend that up there, which honestly is not surprising. Given the factor that a lot of the models we were looking at really did show some potential, instability and that CAPE we were talking about shooting its way all the way up there, which is pretty crazy. So once again, it's not too common that you hear severe weather happening in Michigan in late February. So this is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Let's see here. Chris says Andrew doesn't overhype things or anything. His goal is to keep everyone prepared. and give us an understanding of what can happen. That's very much true. Like I said, I'm not in it for the clicks, not in it for the views, but what I do say is real. And like I said, the thumbnail in this case, and in the title, an outbreak is possible. I'm not talking a tornado outbreak per se. I didn't specify tornado outbreak. I said, or I'm meaning by that is severe weather outbreak. Multiple hazards between large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. The collective of the bunch could cause a severe weather outbreak. Just given the magnitude of the areas that's at risk here, it seems quite possible, almost getting to the point of likely at this point. Considering constant agreement lately between the models. I mean, obviously there's still a lot of things that need to be worked out, which that's going to happen until the day of. But it's getting to the point now where we have a pretty decent understanding of what potentially could go on here. So here's an early look at the ECMWF. Now here's a thing I was actually watching. Our low pressure system will be somewhere located across like Illinois, according to the ECMWF, which is the European model. This is the Euro, and whenever it comes to it here, now obviously this is very far out to tell, but it looks like there could be a possibility of a few prefrontal storms sometime late Tuesday, somewhere right around the evening, I'd say, of Tuesday. Maybe some prefrontal storms could occur. I mean, we'll have to see how that materializes with the mid-range models, but eventually you can see that there's a big line of storms that does develop here, which, like I said, these models are not the best at determining, exactly where storms will be per se, but they give a environmental overview rather more than a micro scale type of view, if that makes sense. That's usually whenever the mid-range and the short-range models come in, then you get a lot more of a higher resolution view with more accuracy, more down to the micro scale. So, we'll definitely have to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Is there going to be severe weather in Detroit? I think Detroit is included. Let me pull up these town names. Oh, there goes my program. Ignore that. It always has issues on me. Okay, so Detroit's not included on the risk as of now, but even close to that line could possibly see severe weather. Like I was explaining here, this is equivalent to a level 2 threat, and there is areas outside of the line that potentially also could see severe weather. It just needs to be fine-tuned, which will take a couple days until the event gets here. So I think theoretically it's possible that Detroit could see some strong to potentially severe storms come, probably Tuesday and maybe mostly Tuesday, I think. It'll be happening late, it looks like. So I'm going to leave you with it looks very possible, but as of now, you're not in the heaviest risk area. Because like I said, this is a level 2 out of 5, and there is another level under this, but it's not plotted this far out, if that makes sense. So, it's going to need to be watched. It's going to need to be monitored. I mean, like I said, given the fact that the models do show instability, which is that potential energy cape, given the fact that, the models do show that between the American GFS and the ECMWF, it seems possible. It does seem quite possible. So we'll keep an eye on it. ATR, hold the zip codes. We're holding those for a little bit later, but we will get to them eventually, okay? Anyways, but yeah, I just wanted to do that area real quickly. But yeah, you guys can kind of see here. This is once again Tuesday's threat. You can kind of see those towns that are listed in here. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. Once again, this now goes into western Ohio as well, but it really shot up into Michigan. Yeah, yesterday's threat, I think the cutoff was right here, right in that area where that 15% cutoff was. And note that also Chicago's included here as well. So to my folks out there in Chicago, there's a possibility of maybe a bit of severe weather out in those regions as well. Indianapolis as well. St. Louis, of course. We have ourselves, some of those interior portions, of Illinois, like Bloomington, also include a lot of Illinois, actually, is in the risk for Tuesday. Of course, we have Springfield as well. Jefferson City, and we work way down here towards Arkansas, which Little Rock, a little south of Little Rock, is the cutoff of the 15%. But severe weather, I think, could be a little further south, possibly out there even towards northeast Texas by Texarkana, even though there's not a risk right now. Given the fact we have rich moisture at our lower levels, pretty strong wind shear as well, and, even some instability available, I think that severe weather threat potentially could go a little further down into Texas. We'll see. We shall see. Tabletop Dude coming with a $5 super chat, man. Thank you so much. Saying thoughts on Eastern North Carolina for the event. So you're not in any risk per se, Tabletop right now, but I will tell you, like I said, we'll need to watch out for it. We'll just need to keep on monitoring the system because that cold front will eventually reach the East Coast in general. If it's going to happen, if you're going to get anything out of it, that would be taking place here for the 29th or for Thursday. So for Thursday, that would be the time to look out there for it. But like I said, right now, there's no risk here regarding Thursday. And honestly, it seems like potential as of right now is too low for a risk being issued. But like I said, as we approach the day of the beginning of the severe weather, then we'll probably have a better understanding of what the East Coast could potentially see. So it's going to take a little bit of time. But as of right now, like I said, there's nothing to worry about. But just keep an eye on it, as we'll be updating you guys, literally daily, on this event here. Let's see here. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. Am I on? Let's see. To be honest, March is the worst month for severe storms. Yeah, I mean, usually March, April, I call it ma'am. It's ma'am. March, April, May is usually like the peak, the heaviest of storm season. Yeah, but let me hop over here to day, day 5, because I do want to talk about the other risks that they issued here as well. So obviously, as this event continues pushing southeastward, because like I said, you have your cold front. You have your cold front that's swinging down, and this guy's moving relatively east-southeast, right? So this whole low-pressure system is moving to the east. You got your warm upwelling of warm air coming in from the Gulf, and then, of course, you got your cold back-end air coming in from the backside. So as that low-pressure system moves, it's moving the frontal boundary with it as well. It's moving that whole front east as well, as that low-pressure system skips off to the northeast. So as we work our way over here into day 5, which in this case, this would actually be here for Wednesday. Not as big of a risk, but it does continue. The severe weather risk does continue, obviously, into portions of southern Indiana, really skimming southern Indiana there for Wednesday. A lot of Kentucky is included here for Wednesday. So if you have anybody who lives in Kentucky, just give them a heads up. Send them the channel if you would. That way, we'll keep y'all updated periodically throughout the day. Actually, today, and for today and until the event happens, I'm going to start initiating 2 live streams per day. I'm going to do one here later this evening, probably around 8 o'clock p.m. I'll do another one tomorrow, probably right around 1 p.m. like we did today. And then, of course, as we approach our way to tomorrow night, 8 p.m. So we'll be doing that until the event gets here. And, of course, whenever the event gets here, then, I will be doing, like I said, coverage on the storm here whenever it does get to the point here. So we'll definitely be here. But anyways, so yeah, for Kentucky, this includes a lot of Tennessee as well, including Nashville area, obviously Memphis included. Chattanooga is right on the edge of that 15%, which, like I said, you don't have to be in the 15% risk area. You can be around it and also see the possibility for severe weather because, like I said, there's a scale that goes from 1 to 5. And we're in a level 2 right now, so we're kind of in the lower end. But there is another risk that's lower than that, but it's just too early to plot it because there's so much changing with the model still that it would be very frequently changing. Now, tomorrow, they'll initiate the day 3 outlook for Tuesday, which is the beginning of the severe weather event. So tomorrow, we'll have that marginal risk included for Tuesday's risk. This is for Thursday. Or sorry, this is for Wednesday here. Tuesday was what I'm talking about. So day 3. So tomorrow we'll have a view of the whole convective outlook for Tuesday's severe weather event, moving into Wednesday. But yeah, also including like northern Alabama, as well as portions here like northern Mississippi and a little sliver out there in eastern Arkansas. Arkansas is mostly going to see the risk here for Tuesday. But Wednesday, like I said, we're talking about here on this specific outlook. It's going to be pushing more east towards, like I said, the southeastern U.S., Tennessee Valley, which, anything after that right now, there's no risk per se. But, like I said, we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Anyways, folks, I'm going to hop y'all over here to this view because I want to look at the models regarding snow. We're going to get back to severe weather here in a moment. And eventually we'll do some zip codes for you guys just to kind of, do a risk area assessment, showing which guys, if you guys are in the risk or not. I'll let you all know that. But right now, whenever it comes to it here overall, like I said, the storm system is going to be rolling through here, and there will be the possibility for some snow. Now, this has been a subject that we've been talking about for the last several days. Let me go ahead and hide my camera for a minute so you guys can see the west here. So you notice there's a big area here of snowfall. I mean, there is a large area of snowfall in those upper elevations here, a big burst of moisture coming from the Pacific Northwest. So all of that moisture here associated with a low pressure system that will impact the northern country up by the northern plains. There is a bunch of, like I said, there's a bunch of moisture and a lot of upper level snowfall that does, like I said, that does work its way up here, across the way here for the 26th into the 27th. So expect a lot of upper level snowfall. We're not going to get into the totals quite yet, but whenever it comes to the system advancing eastward, we're going to see that, the snow potential could roll its way into areas such as Nebraska, the northern plains. I mean, maybe even in the Midwest, and, extended maybe into the Northeast here for the 29th, but that's still, 5 days away. So we'll just continue watching that. But I will tell you, though, that, the models, as the system has existed, the models have been pretty, or lately, I should say, pretty confident on the fact that some snow could happen across, the Ohio Valley, maybe into the Northeast here for the last several GFS runs. So, that seems like a fair possibility, but, I can't really... I'm not super confident on that quite yet, but what we are confident on is that line forming with severe weather being a good potential, and we'll just have to keep an eye out there for that. But yeah, way too early for snow totals. Let's hop to another model, CMC. You can see the same idea is presented here with that snow band on the back side of that frontal boundary here, which could allow for a bit of snowfall to occur in portions of the Central Plains, Upper Midwest, and of course maybe even the Northeast, but that's a little too far out to be looking at that. But of course, then we'll hop over here to Icon. Just once again, another view. It's obviously good to look at multiple model runs, multiple ideas. Which this one is an outcast. I mean, obviously, honestly, it is kind of an outcast for now, but we will just continue watching it. Yeah, this one doesn't really show snow. It shows more of a rain event. So that's what I'm saying. There's still not enough information to let us know if there's going to be some snow across the Northeast with this system. But from what the models do agree on is the fact that we're going to have this belt here of snowfall from the Rockies shooting up into portions of the Midwest. So upper Midwest, I should say. So we'll definitely need to just keep an eye on that. Keep an eye out there for that. Anyways, but yeah, let's go ahead and hop on back here to SPC and all that stuff. So actually, we'll go back to this page here. Let me bring up my camera again. Like I said, I hid my camera because, like I said, I had to show the West there. Let me actually fix my camera too, or fix the view. There you go. So once again, y'all, this big yellow circle that you see right now, this is the risk area that was issued by the Storm Prediction Center here. Most recently, they just updated it not terribly too long ago, I believe, in which, if you're in that circle or even around the circle's perimeter, then, like I said, you're in an area where we should keep an eye out there for it, especially if you're in the circle. Like I said, once again, severe weather can happen outside of the circle. Once again, these outlooks are they're not super, super accurate all the time. I mean, they're not perfect is what I'm trying to say. But, they give a general good idea of where severe weather is expected, which, this circled area here, we can expect a lot of severe weather inside of it here coming Tuesday. Once again, the 27th, this is the risk we're looking for, is the 27th, which obviously this will continue into the 28th here. But yeah, for the 27th, like I said, we have a pretty big risk out there all the way from eastern Oklahoma stretching all the way up into central, almost north central Michigan, which, like I said, that's pretty interesting overall. Let's see here, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So as we work our way into Wednesday, like I said, there will be a lot of Tennessee included. The cutoff is right near Knoxville, I believe. But even then, like I said, it'll still be possible on the eastern side of Tennessee to see some severe weather. So we'll keep an eye out there for that. Anyways, let's see here. Thanks for telling me about the risk in Detroit. Close to Ann Arbor. No problem. You are very, very welcome. Obviously the main thing here is to keep y'all prepared and weather aware. But yeah, so look at this, guys. Once again, there's your front rolling through, and like I showed here in the beginning, y'all, if you're just now joining us, like I said, look at this. Look at how much of a differential regarding temperatures is going to be for this storm system. I mean, first of all, this is once again one model giving us an estimate of, what things could look like here. But yeah, let me go ahead and just pull this up here. So there is a possibility that the temperatures could get into the mid upper 70s, maybe nearly 80 in some spots, could be possible. So this is for the evening of the 27th. Now look what happens for the morning of the 28th. Look how cold it gets. Look at that. In the morning of the 29th. In like literally, less than 24 hours? We go from like nearly 80 degrees to 20 degrees according to GFS. Now, once again, this should be taken with a grain of salt considering it's one run, one model. But it's just pretty crazy to show how potentially potent this cold front could be. That real big thermodynamic shift that we have here. That gradient I was talking about is definitely pretty interesting. Do I think this will go enhanced? I mean, I still want to wait and see for more information, especially the mid-range models. Like I said, whenever this becomes in the mid-range viewing point, then I will, see if it's possible. But right now, it's still a little too early to tell if it's going to be an enhanced risk or not. But it's, there is room for the possibility, I will say. If I was to say that there would be that potential, more than likely it wouldn't be up here, and more than likely it would be somewhere out there towards some of these regions here. Actually, I should probably do that a little further to the west here. It would probably be more in these areas if there was. But like I said, at this point, that's kind of, not really the best of viewing quite yet. Anyways, we went from almost 60 degrees yesterday to snow this morning. Crazy weather. It is crazy. It's crazy how fast the the temperatures and all that stuff can change with the frontal system. I mean, like I was saying there, we just looked a minute ago, literally going from like nearly 80 degrees to 20 degrees out there towards Missouri in less than 24 hours. That's nuts. That is quite a drop. I'm really eager to see the data coming through on those MEDAR stations there. That'd be pretty interesting. Did I finish my new weather station? No, but I got one of the last pieces for it. It's coming in the mail. It's actually out for delivery right now, which I'm super excited about. But here's the thing. It's not going to be up till mid-March because I'm sending it to a buddy of mine who calibrates weather equipment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm working on a Mesonet, which is a fancy scientific-grade weather station. And my friend is going to be calibrating it for me, so I'm going to have to send some of the equipment his way so that he can get it all up to standards and all that stuff. So it'll be pretty cool. But it's not done quite yet, but I get the last piece here, and I'm going to ship the stuff out to him sometime next week. So, yeah, I'm excited. All right, let's see here. Derecho possible? Well, it's going to be a long-lived event, more than likely. I mean, we'll have to see. Yeah, derecho, identifies as like there's a certain X amount of hours it has to be. And I believe the wind criteria is something as well with the derecho. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be a long-lived event. I mean, like I said, this will possibly likely linger into the night hours as well, between Tuesday and Wednesday. Seems like a possibility. So, I mean, it's going to be long-lived. It's going to be quite long-lived, I think. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Anyways. Let's see here. What's up, production? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. What's up? What I miss? So, Bryant, we are watching the 27th, which is Tuesday, and the 28th, which is Wednesday, for the possibility of severe weather. This is Wednesday's concern. Tuesday, if we can bring it up, Tuesday seems to be the bigger day of the two. That's where, the most broad area of severe weather is, expected. And like I said, the newest information that we got from the SPC is that we do have an extension of the risk, which yesterday the cutoff point here on the risk here, the cutoff point yesterday was shyly just cutting off the southwestern quadrant into portions here of like central kind of east central Indiana, not quite on the eastern side. So that was the cutoff point roughly yesterday's update we gave you guys, but newly added today is, first of all, they included eastern Indiana in the 15% risk. Also, western Ohio is at risk for severe weather now as well. And of course, the biggest, the biggest and the craziest, in my opinion, is that they really moved it up here into, like I said, literally like central, almost north central Michigan is now at risk for decent severe weather activity. So, Once again, that's Tuesday, 27th, so we'll have to be on the lookout there for that. And yeah, it got significantly upgraded to the north there, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I hate storms. I hear you, Crystal. They can be a little crazy sometimes, but, like I said, just don't panic. I understand you don't like storms very well, and there's absolutely nothing to panic over. I mean, I understand it can be a little scary and a little creepy, but, like I said, we'll just have to watch it, over the next couple of days, and just know that things can change. Things can still change. I mean, given the fact that we're, 4 or 5 days away from this event still, there still is a lot of things that can change. So, just keep that in the back of your mind. Models are going to continue to shift for the next couple of days, and obviously the outlooks will as well. But I'd say until about the day of is whenever, or the day before the main event starts is usually whenever we get a pretty decent understanding of how things could play out. Because at that point we have some local observations, which are plugged into weather models, supercomputers. We got soundings, weather balloon launches from radiosondes, and there's really a lot of a lot of things here that can still ultimately change the course of the system's play. So we'll just watch it over the next couple of days. And of course, like I said, whenever the event does happen and whenever these severe storms do occur, like I said, we will be live for it. So, during events, I'm not going to leave y'all stranded. I'm going to be here for you guys to cover it. So just know that I will be here to do coverage. If there's any warnings or anything like that gets issued for, the risk areas, then we'll talk about it. Okay? But yeah, just wanted to let y'all know that. Let's see here. Princess says this might be a crazy storm outbreak. I think it could be a severe weather outbreak. People saying tornado outbreak, I think, is a little too much right now. I wouldn't say a tornado outbreak from what I've seen yet. But I will say a severe weather outbreak seems quite likely at this point. I mean, just given the fact that, this is pretty widespread. An outbreak is widespread severe weather activity. And, since this really covers a pretty large margin, I mean, like I said, there's enough instability. Once again, long-range models are never good for CAPE, I've noticed, but, there's a pretty broad area here where, there's a potential out there for some storms popping off. I mean, it could even happen down in Texas. Seems like the wind shear might be a little weaker down in Texas here. Let's see, 850 millibar. Yeah, see, you can see there's a big cutout here. Once again, one model, one run, but it does show, lower wind shear at the lower elevations, which, which would obviously change the course of severe weather in those regions. But, I mean, mid levels, pretty strong still. I'd say it's possible that, Texas, honestly, this is what I've been thinking over the last couple of days. Now, take this how you want to. This is my opinion. This is my input on this. I do think portions, like I said, I do think portions of Texas could be at risk for severe weather as well, come late Tuesday, early Wednesday. I think it's possible. I do. I mean, given that's where some of your richest moisture, that's where some of your richest moisture is going to be measured in dew points here. We're going to hop over to those real quickly. That's where you have a lot of your heaviest moisture, dew points in the 60s and all that stuff, which will support the storms by fueling them with nice, warm, moisture-filled air, which will get things really cranking. But we have the instability there. We have the the dew points, which is the moisture, lower level, and of course the kinematics, regarding wind shear across the lower to mostly mid-atmosphere here. So, like I said, we'll just keep an eye on it. But I think that could extend a little southwest. I think it's possible that Texas could be in on some of the severe weather activity. Anyways, is this day 3? No, this is day 4. Day 4 and day 5. Day 4 is Tuesday, which is the beginning of the event, which if we hop back over here, so this is Wednesday. This is Wednesday's threat, the 28th. This is Tuesday's threat, the 27th, which obviously you can see Tuesday's outlook is a little bigger, a little bit bigger. Let's see here. This is 2 to 4 days out. We don't clearly know what will happen. I mean, we have a good idea of how things will play out, but you're right. The specifics is still a little too early to tell. That we won't really get that fine-tuned until mid-range models, like, once again, NAM and some of the other ones, like, For example, like RAP and HRRR, especially short range. Yeah, once the short range models come through, then we'll know a lot better. What's up, Ryan? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. How bad do you think Niles, Mississippi will get? Like I said, when it comes to it, I mean, the threat does work its way into northern Mississippi, but, you know, you don't have to be in this 15%. You can be around pretty close to the perimeter of the 15% risk, and there could still be severe weather. Certainly a possibility. Yeah, certainly is a possibility. But yeah. Let's see here. Do I anticipate the day 5 outlook for tomorrow's update? So I guess you're talking about here for... Hold on. So day 5 today is Wednesday. So day 5, what tomorrow would be for Thursday. Yeah, so I guess you're talking about East Coast. Honestly, I don't think they're going to add anything for that, to be honest with you. I mean, if there is going to be a severe weather threat, more than likely we won't see it until the day that the severe weather starts, which is Tuesday, which will be day 3 at that point. So, anyways, Chris says Andrew's always keeping us updated, and if things changes, he's on top of it. Never claims the models are 100%. It's just to keep everyone prepared and ready, not panic. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I couldn't have said better, Chrissa. And yeah, I mean, I can tell you straight out, models are wrong very often. They're very much wrong. And like I said, you got to take when forecasting, you got to take what the models agree on, right? That's what you want to put together, is what the models agree on. And in this case, everything we've talked about, the models agree on for the most part. Down to the specifics, you know, the micro scale, I always call it, like the really zoomed in view. At this point, it's very much unknown. You know, there's still a lot of things that will change with that. However, the macro scale, the big picture of 2 air masses colliding. Once again, we have that warm air mass coming up from the Gulf region, that advecting air coming up, you know, bringing a lot of moisture. Sparking those lower level northeasterlies, which could be a pretty strong jet, which could support tornadoes. And of course the big blast of cold air coming down. Here, I'll just show you. I'll just show you kind of what I'm talking about. It's better to show an example of what's going on rather than to explain. So here's what I'm talking about. So we have this warm air mass like I was talking about. You know, the big picture has obviously talked about this for a while. This is your warm air mass. This is your prefrontal environment. And of course, you have that cold air mass, which is a load of cold air coming down here from Canada and shooting its way to the southeast here. Ignore that arrow. That was supposed to be an arrow. Still a really bad arrow. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Hold on, man, y'all. Okay, I got to make this perfect. So there's your cold air mass. Okay. There we go. Much better. Anyways, but yeah, so that cold air is moving southeasterly, and of course the warm air that's coming up from the Gulf here with all that advection, yeah, moving up north. So, you know, those 2 air masses have been, anytime you have those 2 air masses that are polar opposites, you know, the one that's coming from the south here is warm and moisture filled, and the one that's coming from the north here is cold and dry. 2 opposites, both in, you know, the hydro scale and the, obviously, temperature-wise. So, with that being said, you know, anytime you have those that are squeezing against each other, which we can see in the motion, and the fact that we have that advecting northerlies, advecting northerly motion of that warm air coming up, in that cold air mass that's moving perpendicular to it. I mean, that's just showing that they're just gonna slam against each other because they're moving right at each other, basically. Well, the one that's creeping up north is just pulling up north, and then you got that cold air mass is coming right at that warm one. And so we know that there's going to be an interaction. So the big picture, like I said, we can see that there is, you know, a really good possibility. Anyways, let's see here. Amish dude coming with a $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much for that. You really didn't have to do that. Saying hi from Arnie Cedar Falls, Iowa. Hope you're doing good, Amish. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, I'm happy to tell you, I think Iowa's going to be fine. There might be portions of Iowa, I'd say probably southeastern, might have a chance because you can see that frontal interaction, you know, between that warm sector and your cold air coming down. I mean, it looks like that front's going to really start squeezing here, you know, right around the afternoon, the 27th overall, which, you know, we'll have to see how this plays out, but as of now, there's no risk for much of that area. So, anyways, let's see. Therapy and having a safe plan and triggers really does help. Let's see, I'm proud of each of you recognizing the triggers and overcoming them. Absolutely, yeah. And you want to know something, guys? If you have storm anxiety or if you're scared of storms, one thing I really recommend is learning how it shows you where the rotation's at, and reflectivity shows you the visual of the storm and precipitation intensity. So this is very important. So learn how to read radar. I made a video on this a long time ago. Good luck finding that. But I'm probably gonna do an update. Like I said, I will be doing an update on how to read radar before the big time severe weather season starts. So expect me to do that sometime around probably right around late March or mid March, I'd say, probably mid March. So, anyways, let's see here. Anyways, for me, it's is it really lagging again? Dude, this darn internet, man. I tell you what, this thing is a load. Alrighty, let's see here. Thanks, Andrew. No problem. Very, very welcome. But anyways, yeah. So, guys, lost you for about a minute. Oh man, that's terrible. I'm sorry, y'all. But anyways, you guys, we are going to go ahead and do some zip codes. Now, don't spam your zip code. Only post it one time, okay? So just post it one time. And if the chat gets too filled where you can't see it anymore, then you may post it again. But at least give it like 5 minutes in between posting zip codes, okay? But yeah, so we'll go ahead and start with that. So let's go and start off here. So tabletop, I already let you know, man. Like I said, I'll let you know really all that there is to know about the event right now. I mean, it's just a little bit. Here, let's do something. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something like this. That way we can have. Oh, there we go. Why did I do this a long time ago? I should have done this a while ago. This is a much better setup, so you guys can see day 3, or sorry, day 5, which is Wednesday, and you can see day 4, which is Tuesday. Anyways, but yeah, tabletop. I already let you know what you can really expect, man. So there's really not much more I can add to that. Uh-oh. Why is... oh, shoot. I'm going to have to improvise here. Hold on. Hold on, I'm working, y'all. I'm trying to get this to work. For some reason, you see a little search thing up here? That's where I look my zip codes. Okay, we'll put that right there. We're really running out of room here. Anyways, but yeah, so we'll look at the zip codes here. Anyway, starting off here, we'll do, let's see, fan, once we take a look here, 48124, 48124, across Michigan. So, yeah, so you, my friend, like I said, you're out here by Detroit, so you are really close to that risk area. But like I said before, you know, even being just shyly outside of the risk area could warrant some possible severe weather activity. I mean, so it's a possibility. You know, it's definitely a possibility here that we could still see some strong to severe thunderstorm activity. That will be taking place most likely late Tuesday, maybe early Wednesday. So we'll just keep an eye out there for that overall. But yeah, so like I said, just, you know, keep an eye out there for it. Right now, you're not in the 15% per se, but you are around it, which, you know, severe weather could be a possibility. Okay. Crystal, let's see here. 45431, 45431, Ohio. Let's see here. Okay, so same thing for you, my friend. Yeah, you see how you're not directly in the 15% risk area, but you're on the outside. Now, first of all, SPC outlooks are never perfect, and they're never going to get all the severe storms inside of the outlook. They're never going to be that way all the time. But also in this case, this is a level 2, which there's a level 1, but it's just not plotted yet because it's too far out and all that stuff, and will change really rapidly. I think you will be at risk for severe weather come the day of the event, so keep an eye on it. I think that severe storms will be possible. Storm mode, like I said, it's going to be most likely a long line of storms that's going to roll through. There is some models that started picking up on some isolated discrete cells in the front, the prefrontal, or yeah, prefrontals we call them, or in the warm sector, or the warm air mass is coming up. Possibility for discrete cells But like I said, at that point, we don't really know. So coming to that exact point. But it looks like mostly a long linear line that's going to roll through. So far, it looks like damaging winds and tornadoes is kind of like the main concern here. For the overall risk or for the overall area here. But yeah, just keep an eye on it. Like I said, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, late Tuesday is probably whenever you're going to have some of those impacts. So just be on the lookout there for it, my friend, and we'll keep you updated. All right, Mama wants me to take a look here at 24609. Let's see here, 24609, cross portions here of Virginia. So this area here is a little too far out to tell. Even the day 5 outlook, you can see just above me here. Virginia is not included, and this is for Wednesday up above. So this is Wednesday's risk, and you're not in that risk quite yet. Like I said, we'll have to continue monitoring it. There's just not enough information I have available to me to let me know if you're going to be in a decent threat or not. So give it a couple days, I'd say, give it a couple days and, post up your zip code whenever we do another Outlook update, and we'll let you know, okay? But, there's nothing to worry about as of right now, or really nothing to worry about in general, but you know what I'm saying. Nothing really that's catching my eye for your area right now. Anyways, all right, so that was that Mama? All right, next up we have Siren. Wants me to take a look here at 49120. 49120. Gotcha, my friend. Michigan, and yes, my friend, you are in the 15% risk. So you're in an area where the SPC and I think where severe weather will be possible. So you are in the region here where severe weather does seem a good possibility. So Tuesday, this is the day for severe weather for you. Once again, probably happening, I'm thinking late Tuesday is whenever the main event's going to start to pop off here. Maybe afternoon. I mean, that's still to be determined. But yeah, Tuesday in general, keep an eye out there for severe weather as you are at risk for severe weather on Tuesday. So, like I said, we'll keep an eye on your region here over the next several days, and of course the day of, we'll do some coverage on it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. All right. Scott, man, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing all right. Haven't seen you here in a little bit. Could just be me. 37326. 37326. Gotcha, my friend. Tennessee. Okay, so you, my friend, are not in the 15% risk per se, but you are right next to it. You see that? So, like I was explaining, yes, severe weather can happen outside of the 15% risk area. Overall, I would keep an eye on the weather because, probably Wednesday, maybe into Thursday, some strong to severe storms I think could still be a possibility. So just keep that in mind. It's possible. But right now you're not in like the heaviest risk per se. So, nothing to worry about. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Northern Kentucky 41045. Well, I can tell you right now, a lot of Kentucky is included here. So, I mean, even if you're right on the outskirts of it, I think a lot of Kentucky, if not all of Kentucky, will have some potential for strong to severe thunderstorm activity. So, keep it out there for it, my friend. Connor, let's see here. I want to take a look here at 45402. Let's see here. 45402. Did I say that right? 442. Okay. Dayton, Ohio. So yeah, Dayton, Ohio is right on the edge of that 15% risk area. But once again, SPC outlooks are never going to be 100% perfect. And not to mention, like I was saying before, this is a level 2 threat equivalent. And that severe weather threat will, probably extend into some of your region here. But, still, let's keep an eye on it for the next couple of days before we can get some more information. But I do think that this environment will be possible for strong to severe thunderstorm activity. So, you're in a region where we should keep an eye out there for, but just a little too early to be for sure. Alabama wants me to take a look here at 46544. Alabama. 46544. Let's see. Oh, Indiana. Let me see here. 46544. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so a lot of Indiana is at risk. Yeah, so you, my friend, you are inside of that 15% risk area here for Tuesday, the 27th. So yeah, look out for late Tuesday. Severe weather seems quite likely at this point for some of those regions around you, including you. Once again, it's nothing to worry about. Don't freak out about it. I mean, it's a threat for severe weather, but just know that models are going to be everly changing until the event happens, and there is some things that could limit your severe potential. So it can still change. But right now it seems like you're, kind of decently in the risk here. So we'll just keep you posted. Okay, but yeah, you are at risk as of right now for Tuesday the 27th. Alrighty. I'm getting really far behind in chat, you guys. My bad. Trying to reach everybody I can. Let's see here. Oh no, I lost my spot. I just realized how far back in chat I am. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll back down to the bottom of the chat. I'm probably gonna go over some of your all zip codes. My bad. Just repost them if I skip them over. Not like try to keep it between like 5 minutes between every zip code that you post, just so it gives other people a chance as well, and you know, it's be much appreciated. Anyways, let's go ahead and start from the bottom of the chat here. We have Curly. Let's take a look here at 30577. 30577. Gotcha. Here for Georgia. Now, Georgia, there is a portion that is at risk here, which is a very small sliver in the northwest quadrant. You're in an area here where it probably would be Thursday by the time that front hits you. So, as of now, per SPC, the main forecasters in Oklahoma, you are not at risk right now, but you're in an area where it's going to need to be monitored for the next couple of days just to see if there will still be potential in the storm to produce severe weather. So right now, you're not directly at risk here, but you're in an area I would, just keep an eye out for the next couple of days because, as we approach Thursday, I mean, we don't really know the situation that's going to be. We don't know exactly what Thursday is going to look like per se. But over the next couple of days, we will gather that intel and we'll know more about that. So you're in an area where, like I said, we'll just keep it on it. Okay? All right, let's see here. So who did we just do? We just did Curly. All right, next up, we have ourselves Sean. Once we take a look here at 62926. 62926. Gotcha, my friend. Illinois. I know a lot of Illinois is at risk. Yeah, so you, my friend, you're in the 15% risk area. So for Tuesday, you are at risk for severe weather. I would keep an eye out there for that region here. Once again, you can see that frontal system rolling through. It's going to be pretty potent. And one of the things is, for not just for this area, but for a lot of you guys who's in the risk area, you're going to notice a big change in temperatures. I mean, I'm telling you, a big change in temperatures. Like I was saying here, there is one area for an example I used a bit ago. I think it was towards St. Louis, near St. Louis here. I mean, just look at how quickly how crazily these temperatures are going to shift here. So near St. Louis, now once again, obviously this is one model, one run, one overall opinion, which should be taken lightly. One opinion should be taken lightly. Multiple opinions should be taken, more seriously. But in this case, which I mean, this has been how the models have been talking about for the last little bit. So I mean, this is definitely probable. But we're seeing maybe upper 70s, maybe towards the 80s regarding temperatures here for the 27th by the afternoon. And as we approach the morning of Wednesday, I mean, we're talking literally maybe in the lower 20s. I mean, we're going like a 60-degree drop potentially. I mean, it is going to be a really sharp gradient on those temperatures over less than 24 hours, which... yeah, that'll be definitely really interesting to see how that plays through. So, anyways, just wanted to mention that. Let's see. Azura wants me to take a look here at 48187. 48187. Cross portions here, Michigan. Oh wow, you really can't get close to that line. So, yeah, no, you're in a region here where we definitely should watch out there because there seems to be the possibility for severe weather. So you're in a region that's right on that 15% risk area. And even outside, the perimeter of the 15% risk, there is in some areas still a possibility for seeing severe weather, and you're included. So I think it's possible. So once again, late Tuesday is the time for potential severe weather happening for you. So just keep that in mind as severe weather does seem possible. So you are in the risk area. You're right on the risk area. So, keep an eye on it, my friend. But just know, over the next couple of days, things can change a bit. So keep that in the back of your mind. But as of now, yes, you are at risk. Anyways, all right, so let's see here. Tornado, 45334. 45334, gotcha. Ohio, same thing, man. You're right up on that edge of that risk there. So yeah, you're in an area where I would keep an eye out there for the possibility of severe weather. You know, like I said, I think that conditionally severe weather will be possible, maybe even into central Ohio. Possibly, but that could change. But regarding the actual risk here from the SPC, you're right on the outside of it. So you're in the risk area, kind of. You're right on the edge of it. But also, this is a level 2, and there's another level that extends out that's just not available right now, considering it's still a couple days away. Okay? So it seems quite probable. All right, let's see here. Next up, got ourselves the purple 61878. 61878. Gotcha. Illinois. All right, so yeah, you are in the middle of the risk here, my friend. So yeah, Tuesday, you are in a decent risk for severe weather. So keep an eye out there for that, as a few strong to severe storms will be quite likely at this point. So keep an eye on it, and we'll just keep you updated. Let's see here. Twilight wants me to take a look here at 46038. 46038. Indiana. Yep, this area is in the risk area as well for Tuesday. So you, my friend, are at risk for severe weather. Like I said, once again, as a whole collective for the storm, I think damaging winds is going to be like the number one priority, or the number one concern, I should say. Not priority. The number one concern, I think, is going to be damaging winds. And, of course, secondary, I think, will be tornadoes. And third, would be tri-area, I guess. Three. I'm over here making up words. I don't even know if that's a real word. But for the third threat, it would probably be hail. I think hail is going to be a possibility too. But yeah, you're in the risk area, my friend. So we'll keep an eye on it. Anyways, all right, let's see here. I'm a little far from the bottom of the chat, so I'm going to scroll back down the bottom. If I go over your zip code by accident, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to keep up with chat regular area as well. So just post your zip code if I missed it, okay? All right, Massive VR wants me to take a look here at 44060. Let's see here, 44060. Gotcha, for Ohio. Okay, so you're up there by Cleveland, a little northeast of Cleveland. One of our big supporters is from this area. A lot of y'all know who that is. The one and only Proxy. Anyways, but yeah, so you up here, like I said, I don't see a really big concern for you right now. Like I said, at far east, I think central Ohio possibly could get a small risk for severe weather, but western Ohio seems to be where the biggest risk is as of right now, okay? So for this area, like I said, there's really nothing concerning for you right now, and please know that can't change, all right? But as of right now, yeah, you look relatively good. Kimberly, let's see here, 71405. 71405. Got you, my friend, for Louisiana. There's no risk right now for Louisiana, so you are good. However, some of our deepest moisture, some of our highest dew points, which we measure lower level moisture with dew points, there is a lot of moisture available. I think there will be some instability. So I think personally, this is my opinion, I think there could be some strong to severe storms down here. To be honest with you, even though you're not in the 15% risk area here, by the time we approach the event, given the fact what the models have been showing, I think it's possible that we could have some strong to maybe severe weather out towards Louisiana. So right now you're not in the risk area, but we'll have to just keep an eye on it. Tuesday, Wednesday is this is the main days for severe weather, so we'll keep an eye on it. Anyways, all right, let's see here. Matthew wants me to take a look here at 48315. 48315. Or Michigan. Gotcha. So you, my friend, are a little bit east of the main risk area. So you are at risk, I think, for maybe some strong to severe storms, considering that this is a level 2 threat equivalent. But just know that this could flop around here for the next couple of days. More than likely it will. But I do think you're in a region here where, yeah, severe weather does seem possible for probably Tuesday, late Tuesday, early Wednesday. So, you're in an area, just keep an eye on it. You're in an area where I would keep an eye on it, as, I think some severe weather could theoretically be possible, given the environmental conditions around you. All right, Matthew, 42301. Gotcha. 42301 for Kentucky. You are right on the edge. A lot of you guys are right on the edge of these areas here. So, yeah, this region, actually, I think you're in the risk area. My bad. Yeah, if you look at the Wednesday commute above my head here, this is a Wednesday threat. And, of course, where this threat ends, this threat begins. So, yes, you are at risk, my friend. So, between Tuesday and Wednesday, that's whenever the severe weather is expected to be around the region. So, yes, you are at risk, my friend. So, keep an eye on it. And, like I said, we'll keep you updated. And, of course, we'll be live during the event here. See, the new 12 Zulu Euro show more instability now. I was meaning to look at that. We'll look at that here in a little bit whenever we get done with most zip codes, okay? Someone remind me, though. That was 45011. Let's see here. 45011. Gotcha. Ohio. A lot of you guys have noticed are from Western Ohio. So, yeah, you're right next to the big threat for severe weather, which, like I said, you don't, even outside of the 15% risk, could still, in some areas, see severe weather. Obviously, to an extent. I mean, if you go too far out, then, yeah, probably not. But for this area, I do think, that we will be in the risk area here for, severe weather. So, you're in a region where I would keep an eye on it as of right now, but you're not in the biggest threat, per se, as of right now. So you're good. Should be pretty good. See here, Curly coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Curly. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Big shout out goes to you, Curly. You really did not have to do that, my friend. That is much appreciated, and that really does help out a lot. So thank you very, very much. All right, let's see. Who did I leave off on? Who did I forgot who I ended on. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down the bottom of chat here, y'all. So if I go over your zip code, not intentional. I'm just trying to keep up with chat as well. B. Williams wants me to take a look here at 17202. Gotcha. 17202. Gotcha, my friend. Let's see here. Pennsylvania. So there's no risk for Pennsylvania as of right now. Honestly, I don't think you're going to see anything severe considering how far you are up. Not to mention, instability seems to kind of thin out across the southeast, but, that's a subject to change. Right now, I don't see any concern really for you regarding severe weather, but, just know that could maybe change. I mean, the picture is not so clear right now for that area, but, yeah, keep an eye on it. Anyways, so that was, once again, Curly, thank you so much for that. That's very sweet of you. Appreciate it. Walker wants me to take a look here at 37821. 37821. Gotcha. Tennessee. Okay, so you, my friend, for Wednesday, you can see right above me here. So Wednesday, you are right on the edge of that risk area. But like I said, being close to the 15% risk area also could mean that severe storms are possible nearby, just given the environment in general. It seems quite possible that severe weather, could occur. So, yes, I would keep an eye on it, and it would probably be happening here for Wednesday would be your day, I think, of severe weather. Just given the fact you're close to that 15% risk, and not to mention that there could be, there's that other risk per se, that marginal equivalent that could be included for this region. But as of right now, you're not in the biggest threat for severe weather. So we'll just, take this day by day until we get closer. Let's see. Burl Rowe wants me to take a look here. I hope I said your name right. Wants me to take a look here at 37601. Got you, my friend. 37601. For Tennessee as well. Got a lot of people from Tennessee. Same area, basically. A little further up northeast here, but, same general region in Tennessee. Same thing for you, my friend. You're not in the big risk right now, but, conditionally, severe weather could be possible nearby. So we'll keep an eye on it. Anyways, let's see here. All right, Marby wants me to take a look here at 14590. 14590. For New York. So as of right now, yeah, there's no risk for you guys up here. I think we're good, honestly. Don't see much of an issue for you. So I think you're good, per se, but, like I said, some models, that's another thing we got to talk about, or we talked about earlier. Some models shows a snow possibility in terms of maybe seeing a bit of snowfall. I think it's possible, some areas up in the Northeast eventually could get some snow out of this event, but once again, not too not too clear. So I'm going to say right now, probably not. Let's see here. Crystal, code with a $5 super chat. Y'all are super sweet. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Crystal. Saying thank you, Andrew, for keeping everyone safe. You are very welcome, Crystal. Seriously, thank you so much, you guys. Curly, then Crystal. Thank you, guys. Much love to y'all. Appreciate that, and that'll help, you know, groceries and, and adult things like bills and all that fun stuff. So thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Much appreciated. All right, let's see here. Fox Gamer wants me to take a look here at 31029. 31029. Got you, my friend, Georgia. Let's see here. So, okay, so Georgia, I think, possibly could, you know, see some severe weather probably Thursday. There's no risk for Thursday, and there still is a lot of things that isn't quite clear. What we do know, though, is that that cold front will be coming through your region pretty hot. Coming in pretty hot, no pun intended. Actually, it's cold, but you know what I mean. It'll be coming in pretty quickly, and there's a big thermodynamic differential in those temperatures from prefrontal to exfrontal. So basically before the front hits to after the front hits. So when it comes to it here, you know, like I said, we'll continue watching this region. You're not at risk right now. So you should be, as of now, everything's looking pretty good. Okay? All right. Let's see here. All right, so who did I get through last? Okay, so we did Marby. Did we do Formula? I think we did Formula. Stratosphere wants me to take a look here at 37076. 3707. Oh, 37076. Gotcha. Tennessee, my friend. Nashville. Yes, my friend, you are at risk. Yeah, look at this Wednesday. So right above me. This is Wednesday's concern. The one on the main map here is Tuesday, which is the biggest day. But Wednesday, yeah, you, my friend, are in the 15% risk region. So you are at risk for severe weather come Wednesday. So Wednesday's your day. Once again, this whole event starting pretty much Tuesday and Wednesday. Like I said, Wednesday's your day. So it'll probably happen early, actually. Seems to be a pretty early event. So, but yeah. So like I said, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Alrighty. Stratosphere. What's the likelihood of a tornado getting into a valley? It would have to be a very specific instance. I mean, it happens. Same thing as tornadoes going on mountains. The valleys sometimes can cut off inflow depending on how great of terrain the surrounding area is. It is a little bit less common. You know, it really depends on the geography, though. But they can happen. They can. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to scroll down the bottom of chat, y'all. Just under Crystal's donation. Once again, Crystal, thank you so much. All right, so Nick wants me to take a look here at 46808. Start off strong. 46808. Let's see here. Cross portion of Indiana. So, yeah, I believe you're at risk. A lot of Indiana is, actually. Yep. So you, my friend, are at the risk for severe weather Tuesday. As you know, SPC has issued that risk. You're close to the middle of it. So you're in the risk area, my friend. So you do need to look out there for, once again, Tuesday, the 27th. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see here. All right, so we did Stratosphere. I remember that. Lefty wants me to take a look here at, 42303. Did I just do that? No, I did not. All right, so you, my friend, you are at risk. Tuesday into Wednesday, you're kind of in between the Tuesday-Wednesday outlook here. So you can see that Tuesday's threat, which is this big circle, you're right on the edge of it, and then, of course, Wednesday's threat above me here. You're in it. So yeah, you, my friend, are at risk here between Tuesday and Wednesday for severe weather. Once again, you guys, for really a lot of the people who's in the risk areas and near the risk areas, the main thing you need to look out for in this event, I think, is damaging winds, and maybe some tornadoes as well. I think could be a possibility. Still a little early to be specific on it, but you know, it's certainly a possibility. Certainly is a possibility. Anyways, so we did Stratosphere, we did Lefty. Let's see here. Red Road wants me to take a look here at 49221. 49221. Gotcha, my friend. Michigan. Yep. You, my friend, are in the risk area. Once again, SPC did extend that 15% risk way up into Michigan here. So yeah, you are included, my friend, up in the region here. So keep an eye on it. Definitely seems quite possible for severe weather across the region. As once again, SPC did add you to the risk area. Lily wants me to take a look here at 40258. 40258 for Kentucky. Gotcha. Louisville. Yep. Louisville is at risk here for Wednesday, as you can see. Wednesday is right in here. Louisville is in the risk area here. So we'll keep an eye on it on Wednesday. I'll do coverage Wednesday for you guys. Although I think it might be an early event, but we'll have to see. Anyways. All right. It's a lot of zip codes. All right, let's see. Extra wants me to take a look here at 60540. 60540 across Illinois. I'm going to do a speed run here. Yes, you are at risk, my friend. Keep it out there for severe weather. Sam, 60495. 60495. I have no idea where that's at. That's in Mexico. I can't cover that area for obvious reasons. See, I don't know what the numbers mean. Let's see. So the number like I said, the 15% means that 15% chance of seeing severe weather within 25 miles of your location. For example, if you picked one of these areas that's at risk here, we'll use Fort Wayne for an example. So within 25 miles of Fort Wayne, there's a 15% chance that severe weather could occur as a collective between large hail, damaging winds, and severe winds. Anyways, what's up, Sam? I hope you're doing good. Let's see. All right, Zilin wants me to take a look here at, I think I said, is it Zilin? XO wants me to take a look here at 63385. So 63385 for Missouri. Yep, St. Louis area. Yep, you're at risk for Tuesday, my friend. Be on the lookout there for severe weather's late, I think. Let's see here. Christian wants me to take a look here at 37862. 37862, my friend, across Tennessee. There's so many people on the eastern side of Tennessee here. It's like way more common to find people on the eastern side than the western side. It's pretty weird. Anyways, my friend, but yeah, right now you're not at risk in the 15% anyways, but I do think your area will potentially see strong to severe thunderstorm activity on Wednesday. So keep an eye on it. All right, let's see here. See you later, HD or ADHD. Appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Your dad. Let's take a look here at 63385. Did I just do that? Missouri. Was this one by St. Louis, right? Yeah, pretty sure. So yeah, Tuesday, risk area out there by St. Louis, including that zip code. Anyways, and just severe weather. Just didn't know your zip code. Oh, gotcha. But yeah, you are at risk, my friend. Tiffany, 41301. So 41301. Gotcha. You, my friend, Kentucky. Coming here for Wednesday. You can see above me here. Wednesday is at risk. So yeah, you're in the risk area on the edge of it. So, you're in a region where severe weather does seem possible. Once again, Wednesday. All right. We're getting to the bottom here. Holy cow. JR wants me to take a look here at 38002. Let's see, 38002. I wish somebody would keep a counter of how many zip codes I've done in a stream. I'd love to know. All right, let's see here. Memphis. So here for Tuesday, you're not in the risk, but Wednesday you are. You can see the Wednesday threat. So this would be happening probably early Wednesday, I'm thinking, regarding severe weather and stuff like that. Curly says, have a blessed day and stay safe. You too, Curly. Thanks for joining. And once again, thank you for the support. Appreciate it. Very sweet of you. What will happen near Buffalo? Once again, Marby, nothing severe, I don't think. And of course, winter weather is still too early to tell. As some models do support the possibility for winter weather activity up in the Northeast, while others don't. So, yeah, not enough guidance on it yet. But severe weather-wise, yeah, I don't think we're going to get near severe weather in New York. Can I check on 37055? Of course. 37055. Got you, my friend. Tennessee. Hey, someone in Western Tennessee for once. Sorry. It's just surprising. Most of the people, like I said, are on the eastern side. Anyways, you are at risk, my friend, Wednesday. Wednesday is a severe weather threat for you. 15% risk of seeing severe weather. So, you're in a region where we should keep an eye on it. Once again, Wednesday is the day. Dars wants me to take a look here at 673. Gotcha. 673 for Illinois. And yes, my friend, you are right on the outskirts of the 15%, near northern Chicago. You're in an area that's pretty interesting. I think it's possible that we could get severe weather, but at this point, I think it would be way, it's going to be changing quite a bit until we reach the day of. I'd say it's possible, but we'll have to see how models and stuff like that continue to keep up. Emily said, did someone say Michigan? Yes, I did. Michigan, you can see here. So you see this yellow line that goes around Michigan. So all the inside area, all in here. All of this is central side. Anyways, stratosphere, let's see, 37087. 37087. I think I already did your area, my friend. Yeah, so, I mean, this region here, you can see that you're inside that, the yellow line here. So that's SPC's, probability regarding severe weather. 15%, equivalent to a slight risk, level 2 threat out of 5. So, yeah, you are at risk, my friend. Once again,